Good evening, ghouls. I have risen from the dead lines. So sorry for ghosting you all this past month. Do you mind if I just rant a little bit about what's been going on? Okay, so as you may know, my book, Eli's Eventual Bitch, is coming out next year in August 2024, okay? And at this point in the publishing process, we've reached the copy edits phase. But meanwhile, my publisher has also bought a second book from me. So for April, I had to review the copy edits for one book while simultaneously completing my proposal for my second book. And let me tell you, what an absolute psychological mind game that was. Here's this super smart copy editor highlighting what an absolute fucking buffoon I am, resulting in this full-on imposter syndrome mental breakdown. And meanwhile, I'm supposed to write a full outline and the first 50 pages of a whole nother manuscript, and it's supposed to convince my editor and the entire editing tribunal at Disney Hyperion that it's gonna be worth the 6 figures that they're paying for it. But anyway, we're fucking unstoppable, baby, and we made it through. I returned my copy edits on time, and then I had to ask for a 1-week extension on the proposal so that I could work through my trauma before I sent it to my editor, and they said that they loved it. So obviously, we gotta celebrate, right? So tonight, I have something special to share with you. And there's a ton of reasons why this is the perfect video for this moment. 1, it's super chill and it requires no research on my part, which is great because I'm fucking fried. What are we doing? Alright. Oh my god, Madonna mia. Oh. I don't know if you can see that creepy little eye is peering through. Oh, alright. Alright, and 2, I'm recording this on May 1st, which is halfway to Halloween. So what better way to celebrate halfway to the best time of year than with a Halloween ghost story? And 3, I know I mentioned wanting to do a series on all of the things that inspired me to write Here Lies a Vengeful Bitch, and there's no better way to start than with this book right here. A very scary ghost story. Now, when I was a kid, this book had such a chokehold on me. In fact, it still does. When I was doing my Halloween sleeve, I had my tattoo artist incorporate the main characters of this book into my sleeve. And when I was a kid, my mom used to read it to me by flashlight, and there's glow-in-the-dark images in this book. So after each page, she would turn off the flashlight and reveal all of the glowing, ghostly images that were hidden to my eye. But at its heart, this book is a story of 2 ghosts on a date on Halloween night, looking for the scariest thing in town. And the ghost boy is trying to impress the girl by showing her everything that he thinks is super scary. Basically, that's the ghostly romance between Annie and the phantom beatnik who she has a crush on in my book, Here Lies a Vengeful Bitch. So tonight, I'm gonna read you this very scary ghost story, and hopefully 16 months from now, when you read my book, you'll understand why this planted the first seed that inspired me to write Here Lies a Vengeful Bitch many years later. A Very Scary Ghost Story by Joanne Barkin, illustrated by Jody Wheeler. Oh my god, isn't this a cute little sticker that I put on there? Is that Bigfoot's grave? Cute. The 6 o'clock express pulled into the station. The passengers hurried off the train. 2 ghosts got off too, but no one saw them. Well, here we are, said Guthrie, all ready to celebrate Halloween. So, what do we do now? What do we do now? Exclaimed Annie. This is your town. You should know what to do for some Halloween fun around here. Guthrie nodded. If we want to have fun, we should go to the scariest place in town. I'll take you to the movie theater that I once haunted. Annie and Guthrie found 2 empty seats in the movie theater. The lights dimmed, and the movie began. Look at all the skeletons, Guthrie whispered. Are you getting scared? This isn't bad, said Annie, but I bet you can take me someplace even scarier. Guthrie took Annie to an old run-down house at the end of a long street. All the kids say this house is haunted, Guthrie explained. Let's take a look inside. Annie and Guthrie floated through the front wall. Inside the house, the two ghosts glided from the living room to the dining room to the kitchen. Look, Annie whispered to Guthrie. A witch! Aha, said Guthrie. Now you must be scared. Annie shrugged. It's Halloween, Guthrie, she said. I want a big holiday kind of scare. Vampire bats, shouted Guthrie. How's that? Annie looked around and shivered. It's getting better, she said. Let's keep trying. Annie and Guthrie hovered at the edge of a stone bridge. They looked into the dark water of a stream. A monster lives down there, said Guthrie. As he spoke, a great scaly lizard with 6 eyes and dozens of claws rose out of the stream. Annie squealed, Let's stay and enjoy this. But the monster took one look at the ghosts, shook with fright, and plunged back into the water. What a disappointing Halloween, said Guthrie. Maybe we should catch the next train out of here. Annie sighed. I think you're right, she said. They started back to the station, drifting down a quiet street. All of a sudden, Annie stopped. Wow, she gasped. That's what I call scary. After them, said Guthrie. Annie and Guthrie followed the scary creatures right up to the door of a brightly lit house. When the door opened, they peeked inside. We found it, whispered Guthrie. The two ghosts couldn't believe their good luck. These kids give me the goosebumps, said Guthrie. No wonder we're having a wonderful time, said Annie. This is the scariest place in town. Annie and Guthrie gasped and giggled all evening. When the party finally ended, they were so tired. They let themselves be carried quietly home across the moonlit, star-filled Halloween sky. And there it is. I hope you enjoyed this little spooky story time with me. If you did, let me know, because I've discovered that this author-illustrator pair have made a bunch of Halloween books in this vein that all glow in the dark and have cute little spooky stories in them, and of course I immediately ordered them all off eBay. So if you want me to read those to you, let me know. I'd be happy to. But that's all for tonight. Happy halfway to Halloween, ghouls!